Oh no. Oh no.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to
Well,
episode 226 of Dissonant Waves. Hey, hello.
I'm delirious.
It is the after hours of 420, April 20th. Whatever time day it is at Ritz's end, but hello. Us.
hello.
Domino, Ritz, and Tricks.
It's 5 p.m. over there, had I to guess.
Yeah, roughly. Probably. Right, Ritz? Huh?
Yeah, what? Yeah,
Huh,
it is.
huh,
I said
huh,
yeah.
huh.
Okay, I didn't hear you.
Oh, okay.
So,
We
so
didn't
I'm
hear it.
I'm eating carbonara at the moment.
Fuck yeah. Did you use guanciale, bacon,
Yes,
or pancetta?
guanciale.
Good. It's real carbonara.
Yeah, right. No, I've done this straight from scratch. Like it's not a real carbonara because I've added in mushroom and spinach, but the actual sauce is made with pecorino and egg yolk.
Did you make
No
the
cream.
rolls by hand?
So I did a spaghetti by hand. I walked over to the store and picked it off the shelf by hand. Yeah.
Ritz, you wanna know what's funny? I made for dinner, I have a big box of truffle Alfredo gnocchi with spinach and chicken.
Nice.
With
Similar.
a shitload of pecorino romano because I heart pecker, you know.
I just got like a cheap little a block of pecorino, and I probably grated like half of it into this carbonara.
Oh, I easily used 4 ounces of pecorino on my own
Yeah,
pasta, just in the sauce, and then I garnished it with like another 2 ounces.
I garnished it with a bit more, but like yeah, like a bit
I
bit more
don't
than
know
what I
what
put
that
in. But
is in repressed units of measurement right now. I'm too fried.
I don't know what it is in grams either. Don't worry.
This conversation makes me very
Left
certain of
out.
what we're going to be talking about this week. Um, very
Honestly,
interesting.
I think this week's a blender week.
I disagree.
This week,
Granted, I had a chaotic week.
fair enough. We are
Have
talking
you guys seen
about
my new burn yet?
no.
I'll post it in the chat while you introduce.
Ritz chose the Enthusiast in their album Funny Thing. I chose Charlie Johnston's The Firetruck is Running Late and Music Box by Post Office Winter. And Tricks, Devil That You Are, pick the Melvins with Napalm Death, Savage Imperial March.
Yes, Savage Imperial Death March.
Yeah, Savage Imperial Death March, you're correct. I'm sorry. I want to apologize right now to the classic Napalm Death and the Melvins working together. Second week in a row of wild collaborations. That's a nasty burn.
Yeah,
That's a rhombus.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, I got hit by an oven door.
Oh,
I've not been hit by one, but I've definitely been burned by one.
I felt my skin unstuck when it let go,
Oh.
that's fucked.
and I finished the shift.
Now, are you in and out of freezers and ovens a lot? Would you say?
Yeah, yeah.
How are your glasses doing?
Broken.
Are they flaking off at the lenses?
No, they are disintegrating at the stems.
Oh,
When I was working at the bakery, like my first job ever, I had like the high visible whatever coating on my glasses, and that shit was
Oh
like
yeah.
flaking off from the extreme temperature changes.
I spring for the oilophobic coating because I work with fryers,
Yeah.
and I don't get any anti-reflective, anything like that. No blue blocking. Just I'm also super blind, and my glasses are stupid expensive.
I just got new lenses ordered and they're stupid expensive, way more than I thought they would be.
Oh yeah, I ordered mine from Zenny, and my whole shit was only like $90.
Oh god, I would wish it was that much.
But like that, you gotta order from Zenny Optical. I'm telling you.
Went to the local eye doctor.
You go to the local eye doctor, ask for your prescription.
Yeah.
Because because your local eye doctor is owned by the company that owns Oakley.
You're pretty sure?
100% sure.
Fair enough.
Every optometrist is pretty much owned by big glasses.
Big glasses.
I say as the one with big glasses.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying you two have been ranting on about glasses for a while, but I did just finish my carbonara.
Hell yeah. I'm about to light this joint.
So, I really don't know where to start this week.
No, it's not really a one to have a starting point, but I guess if we're gonna pick something, how about the one that isn't the 2026 cycle?
So post
It is the odd one out. Yeah, post
I
office
guess.
winter. Why not?
All right. Music Box. I picked this in collaboration with the Charlie Johnston album because she worked on both, and we talked about Post Office Winter quite a bit, just in passing, because Harry from Massachusetts worked on it. We've just been aware of it. But we never covered it, so I'm like, well, we can cover this one. This is their more recent album of Music Box, and they're a Chicago band. So, like, gotta rep the local city once again.
Chicago. Did they film Blues Brothers there? Trick question. They filmed Blues Brothers everywhere.
Now, there were very much times in which I would describe something as theater kid music, and other times where I'll describe it as music made by theater kids.
Okay.
This is music made by theater kids. It's not theater kid music.
Interesting.
But you can see the elements of it in there.
I mean,
and I'm sorry, Harry, but you do not escape that as well on that first song.
Yeah, it's it's the premiere, and it's like this whole big thing they got going on. And it's called Music Box, which the Music Box Theater is a very legendary theater in Chicago. That's like where they show the room. That's where Tommy Wiseau goes. That kind of stuff.
It's where they shot Blues Brothers.
It's the boutique theater of boutique theaters.
I watched Blues Brothers recently, and I couldn't tell you what Chicago landmarks were in it.
I'm going to start a counter for every time that Trix mentions Blues Brothers at this point.
I think
it has been
already like
fried.
We have not been in this chat for 20 minutes yet, Trix, and you have mentioned Blues Brothers already 5 times.
I'm pretty sure half the landmarks they've seen are also gone now as well. Yeah, this... we've talked about Post Office Winter a lot, and I was not too big into this.
Post Office Winter, I find, is a project in which I fuck with it conceptually. I really do admire the sounds that they are going for.
Yeah.
But I feel like they're just not making the most out of it. Which is a genuine shame, because like I can see a division in a bunch of these songs, and I do like I guess I liked how I saw him kind of more appear in the Charlie Johnston album that we listened to this week, more so than I did in this, because this one kind of more just feels like it goes with the idea, but just kind of sticks with doing it as it's kind of presented instead of actually going anywhere with it.
Like what
I know that's very pretentious way. Well, it's a hard word to say. I'm saying this in a very pretentious way. Let's be pretty clear on that.
Right, but well, you're getting at something, but I don't understand like the root of what you're getting at.
Well, I guess we have to kind of compare this to Masatori because they're similar kind of soundscapes, and this is kind of a bit of an expansive album that doesn't really expand on what it's doing.
I feel like
there is a lot of different instruments and stuff that they would try and use, but they just don't do anything, and it's harder to kind of explain than that.
I feel like the premiere
but you
sets
wouldn't
a lot
call
of
this
expectation.
Yeah, you wouldn't call this a minimalistic album.
No,
but no. It's kind of that's kind of what I mean by it. Like it's really could be doing a lot more with what it has, and it sounds such a pretentious way to explaining it, and I'm absolutely sorry.
We've listened to a lot of expansive music these days. There's a lot of bands out there now doing like the multi-instrumental, throw what you can into it to make something sound interesting.
Compare it to Still Full from Lunch, which we did quite recently.
Or Gingerby.
Yeah.
Like this is not those. This is using those instruments, but like I still see this as like an acoustic guitar album, much like the Firetruck is Running Late.
Yeah.
That album is more of an evolution of what this is, but even stripped down from this. But it still feels in simpatico with that.
See, personally, I would have liked if we did add on the Namasatori Post Office Winter proper collaboration song that happened that year with Erin's song, because it's a minute and a half, and I listened to both.
I forgot about it because it's not on the fucking Bandcamp page.
Yeah, because they created like their own one or something for it. But like I listened to Music Box back in 2022. I gave it a very kind of gentle listen, so I can't say that I went properly invested into it. It didn't really grab me. I didn't hate it or anything like that. I'm just being honest with the sound. But I feel like Erin's song kind of does everything this album doesn't in a minute and 40 seconds.
I mean, I would believe you. I've not actually listened to Erin's song, but I would believe you.
And that's it's a shame. Like I hope Post Office Winter isn't finished, seeming as like they haven't actually really done anything as Post Office Winter in a while.
There was a song last year.
Oh, okay, well I missed that completely.
It was like January of 25.
Yeah. Alright, well that's still at this point 15 months, but no, I hope they're not done. I definitely can see there being a Post Office Winter release in the future that I'm really down for, but this one not so much. It's fine, but it didn't really break much past that, and it feels like it really kind of could have.
I kind of see what you mean by it being like theater kid music, but not being theater kid music. It's just music by theater kids.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
I mean, like I'm not as a big of a fan of it, and you know, my unfortunate stereotype is that I like theater kid music.
It's also not as clean or bullshit enough to be actual theater kid music.
I feel like the titles kind of give it that kind of edge of the like it's trying to be a little something, but it doesn't really go anywhere either. Like a title like Apparatus, Can You Hear Me? That sounds like a fucking mid 2000s pretentious ass indie song.
Yeah.
Which I probably would have been into.
I probably would have been into it too.
Yeah. Probably the same.
Let's not kid ourselves.
Pretentious indie folks.
Yeah.
I came into this.
We wish it was different,
liking
but
of Montreal, you know.
Yeah, you got us all into Of Montreal.
Which hey, they have a new album coming out soon. Hooray!
I still believe. I liked that last Of Montreal album that we covered. The I think it's like Satan, Lucifer or something like that. But I still believe that like all of Montreal that we listen to has bumped up in quality just because we can compare it to Your Fun.
Yeah.
I truly think when it comes to one of the worst albums that we have covered, Your Fun is in that weird spot of it's in there for a different reason. You know, it's not D.D. King level.
It's still the album I go to put on when I have to clean. Because it's like, oh, if I get done cleaning, I can shut this off and listen to something good.
And for what I remember,
weird, like,
it wasn't the worst in the world. It was just
no, but it's so
boring.
The reason why I say it goes into kind of one of the worst ones is not because like I was saying, it's not because it's like D.D. King bad. It's not like it's LSD bad. It's just so disappointing of a release.
Right.
Yeah.
And from what I believe, the story with this new one is I think Kevin broke up with that girl.
Yes, Of Montreal's back, baby. I shouldn't comment like that. Yeah, I don't know.
Is lonely again.
Georgie Frida's back.
Oh God, no! I hope not.
Everyone run.
Kevin Barnes doing blackface in 2026.
Oh, here's interesting. So they moved to Vermont, and then that didn't work out. So now they're in Brooklyn, apparently.
How could you not love Vermont?
Well,
Shit, Free Wave, Lucifer, fuck was the same year as Music Box.
well, you're forgetting the one we listened to after that, Lady on the Cusp.
Yeah, I think that becomes the true forgettable of Montreal album, to be honest.
But I'm
Because
still
I
hung
looked
up
at
as
I
hell
looked
on
at it.
Vermont.
I looked at Lady on the Cusp as I'm looking at my old Montreal, and it's like, did we even cover that? I've forgotten it completely. Yeah, we did.
Vermont is paradise on earth.
Well, I guess if you had like a bad breakup or something, maybe you lived in
There.
one place all your life, maybe it's just the bad memories.
There.
Well, we've been to
Vermont's
Montreal
lovely.
from this winter.
If it wasn't negative 4,000 degrees there in the winter, I would live there.
I mean, Kevin's been to like Oslo and stuff, so I mean, there's been time there, but always went back to Athens for a while there.
Mm-hmm.
I said this week wasn't really a blender. I hate doing it to artists like this. This is kind of a blender.
It's
kind of a blunder.
This is kind of a blunder, and I'm kind of disappointed that it turned out this way.
Me too. I definitely had a lot more hope going into this one.
Because this felt like we were building up to listening to this. I'm like, let's just do it.
And sometimes we just don't cover something because we didn't. And we didn't really. I don't like to say we didn't miss too much because I still think there's there's something potentially here, but
maybe the other
and there's
album is
obviously a
better.
lot of connections, but
Mm-hmm.
maybe yeah.
But we'll see if we ever get there.
Yeah.
Well, where are we going
will
to
see
now,
if we ever
Dominic?
Gosh, I need to unpack what this fucking album. I don't understand why I feel this way about the funny things.
All right, the Enthusiast. So one of the people, Brad, who works on the Scrounge directory with me, said a couple months ago that this was up there with album of the year so far for him. It is a take in which I can both see and both disagree with. Now, I don't really have any more introduction other than that, so I'm kind of just going straight into talking about this. This is an album of the year for me. I'm going to be honest, just because the albums of the year that we've had for me so far are pretty fucking good. It's hard to beat.
This is no fucking planer.
This is no planer. This is no craning. This is it doesn't even have that kind of talking power that Friends and does.
But it feels like it's kind of created in a lab to be something that we would like.
I get what you mean. I feel like this is a very interesting kind of debut release. It doesn't scream formulated or formulaic to really the music industry as a whole, but it's also like kind of clean and
It's
I guess
really
kind of follows
clean.
an indie. Yeah, you'd say it's a weird thing for the underground to have because like this isn't popular, but when I saw them at the Chippo, they didn't sell it out. I think maybe they did actually, but it was packed. So like there are people listening for this. They do have, it might just be connections that they have or their friends and stuff like that. Sure, but that's how all music artists start anyway. So who really fucking cares? So it's a weird kind of oddity of his existence. It feels. I hate using the word planty because it's obviously not. If it was planty, it would be fucking successful.
But it kind of feels like it.
Yeah.
Like we've got the post rock that we're into. We've got like the saxophone and the things that would trigger me. We got like the switch to country halfway through. We got like the dark and brooding indie, almost slowcore kind of stuff.
Now, I just want to point it out in a way that I feel like, I've obviously said these words because I'm just trying to kind of explain how I can see those thoughts coming in. But I just want to say it in a way that I feel like can explain it all. And I personally thought that the reason why that you probably weren't so into it or a bit confused if you liked it or not is because the first time I listened to this album, I thought, So this is the answer to the question, what if we just did geese? And let me continue on with this before I know you disagree, but there are genuine elements that happen that geese do in here. There are obviously elements of slowcore and stuff, as you say. Members of this band do attend some of these gigs in the area and stuff like that as well. I know on their Instagram they're at Summer Break Festival and promoting all the artists that were happening there. So that's the whole thing. And the thing why it probably sounds planty, and I don't think it is, but I can see how you can think it,
It's not planty.
is because it
it's
sounds like those, but it just sounds cleaner. Because every time that we think of like a budget popular band or anything like that, especially for a band this level, we expect it to sound a lot shitter. But it actually kind of sounds, just production wise here, pretty on par. And that sets off in the head to go, this doesn't make sense. So surely there's something wrong here. There isn't. I don't want to go put it, and even if there was, I don't want to fucking go make a claim. Anyway, so
post rock sounds clean generally.
Mm-hmm.
That is well, depending on the artist, yeah. But
like, what was that? Oh, fuck, what was that album we did like a year or two ago that had that story about? Like, it ended with, like, it wasn't really a true story, but it was kind of a true story. It was kind of like a talk through, kind of like in, like, the Black MIDI kind of way, but it wasn't that. It was much more recent than Hellfire.
Fuck, was it something that I picked?
Yes.
Jesus, what have I picked over the past year and a bit? I'm just even thinking, what did I pick that was post-rock?
I'm still trying to think about what I thought of geese.
Trix, what did you think
That's
of this? While we look for this.
Why with what?
With this whole album.
I'll be real. This one kind of washed over me. No real strong. I listened to it in the kitchen. It's not great for that.
And
not really great chillin' music either, in my experience. But I will admit my week was dominated by one album that we have not covered yet.
That's fair. We'll get there.
We will get there. It wasn't even an album. It was an extracurricular album. I'll even say that. But just nothing really to say. It was okay. There was a couple tracks that stood out. Particularly Warheads jumped out.
Yeah, Warheads was a pretty good song.
Was it Yardak maybe I'm thinking of?
It was Yardak. Yeah, Yardak, the one that ends at the it doesn't end with it, but it has Blackpool Illuminations, which is are you making this all up?
Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't call that post rock. That's more post.
It reminded me of like Black MIDI, Black Country New Road kind of stuff.
Yeah, okay, fair. I can get it, but I'm on the side, I think, for the enthusiast of. I think there's more positives that I come out from this album than I do negatives, because the negative that I really get is just kind of this. I don't even want to put the kind of confusing of the of kind of like its existence as a negative, because in the end you got to judge an album by an album. I don't really care if we're covering a plant, if we're covering two ants that are just somehow found a drum and made music. I don't care. I got to treat it the same fucking way.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
and I hate doing that kind of comparison here anyway, because it implies things about people that I do not know. Judging this as an album, I feel like the biggest flaw are actually songs like the opener Raving Rabbits or Antiques Roadshow, which is the biggest song off here, where it's either I feel like it's just copying an artist too much that I can't see otherwise, or it just doesn't fit with the rest of the album and feels too slow, even if the song itself might be fine. I feel like where this album starts to get a bit more kind of expansive and actually tries things, there's some actual real fucking highlights on it. Like Rawheads, was a great song as well. Ants on the Walls, The Floor, The Desk, I think is a much better opener than Raving Rabbits is. Rostover, which has like a couple different moments that happen in that song as well. they're genuine highlights that happen on it, and what make me go back and say, I did enjoy this. I did enjoy this as a listen. It's not, yeah, it's not plain or it's not craning, but it is still its own thing, and it's still at least trying a lot. It's a curious little fucking thing, but I like it.
I I like the end of the album, like the last three tracks, Ennis Del Mar to Nathan Love Will Call. I think those are the strongest for me. But there's just something about that. It's like a really ethereal thing I can't name or totally place. It just has a dark energy to it that just makes me uncomfortable.
And that's also probably why you're trying to find a reason to dislike it outside of the album, because it's just easier to explain.
It's not even that I'm trying to dislike it. It's just that there's something about the whole thing that makes me feel like something's up. Something is weird. Something is off.
I can definitely see that. It somehow gives off that vibe.
Like it may just be that I don't like the name. I think The Enthusiast is a terrible name for a band like this.
Yeah.
I paid no mind to it, to be honest.
Like when I was trying to remember what the name of the band was before I even looked it up this week, I remember I looked for like The Alchemist first. Like like the name reminds me more of something like that than this, and that's its own separate thing. But there's just like I'm not gonna. Like,
I mean, if you search up the Enthusiast website as well, I'm pretty sure there's some kind of surreal nature to how they have their Where did I even have their website on? It was on their like Instagram. So no, it's on their Unearthed. You can actually find it, enthusiastband.com, and there's kind of a surreal nature to just how they have their website even set up. Like it's got a guest book, which I think is funny, but their guest book is actual, like not written as like line by line. You can literally write anywhere.
That's cool.
And I think I think even on top of things, yeah, you can write on top of the stuff in there. Sorry to the person that I just changed the asshole to say arsehole. So maybe that kind of weirdness is part of the whole aesthetic that they're going for.
Like, I mean, like the cover kind of goes with that. Like, it's a godlike figure in the sky and the clouds, reaching out. That's something. It's interesting.
If you actually go onto the site and go and click on inspiration, you get positive affirmations for well-being, quick cash, best visualization tools, trust yourself featuring Arnold Schwarzenegger, make quick cash, money flows, power, yeah, that kind of shit.
Gotcha.
The future, it's not my favorite part of the site, but it's an AI dog that just says my prompt, and it's like for enthusiast, ignore and die, and I die.
Oh, so they have an AI prompt thing on their site.
I don't think that's an AI prompt. I think it's just they done one AI picture and just posted it on the website.
Like, I don't want to say that, oh, I think they're using AI or something in their music, because I don't know.
No.
But like it's the kind of filth and grime feeling that I get from stuff like that sometimes. Like there's just something that's like, if something came out at some point, I don't even know what, it'd be like, see, I was right. You know what I mean?
I know, I disagree, but I know what you mean, because there's people definitely get when they don't like stuff or that a little bit of a like, oh yeah, I had a justification for it.
Yeah, and again, I sound completely crazy. I get it. I don't have like a legitimate reason. It's just something about it.
I get it.
AI is kind of a very taboo thing anyway at the moment. It's a weird way to saying it. I'm trying not to be full centrist about it, but you know, this is kind of stigma that if you've used anything AI in anything, you've kind of like fully supporting it, and to a sense, it's like kind of creativity with AI is very kind of just.
Can I give a perfect example?
Sure.
Go ahead.
The place I work at currently, the whole menu is done by AI.
Oh.
Yeah, the cafe I go to, they have a YouTube video playing on their TV half the time, which is just those AI coffee playlists.
So not only is the recipe soulless, quite often it's just wrong.
Hmm.
I cook machine
It's
food.
If you're using AI like 3 or 4 years ago, I feel like you can get it past. But if you're still using it,
Yeah, I'll even give a pass for like if you're using old AI. Ironically,
looks like
I
there's
mean,
an
I can't say so much. I do use Copilot as a part of my job. It's kind of required, to be honest.
hey,
oh,
we both work jobs that require AI.
I I I, I don't really like it, but it's just kind of how the world is.
My only experience with modern AI is I argued with ChatGPT for 45 minutes because it was telling me the base I built was impossible to build.
What was the Onion article about the person who burned down that AI? He was just trying to follow a recipe for risotto. Uh, it's
Uh,
yeah, I get it, and again, we're kind of going into an offshoot because there's no proof that it was used uh in the productions of the songs.
right.
The only
I'm not
only
even
only
saying
proof
that
that they
that's
used it
exactly
ever.
what it is
Yeah,
either. I'm just saying
yeah.
there's that uncomfortability somewhere in something about this that I cannot describe fully that feels like something like that.
I just find it funny that this is the album that's broke you.
I mean, you were on such a hot
yeah,
streak, you know?
Oh, that
kept
streak I
broken.
think ended a bit ago anyway.
I mean, Il Basso was fine.
El Basso is great. My father loved El Basso.
Well, Basso is a good album.
I'm gonna show him the Sicily I Want to Go cover tomorrow.
When the Blue Diner album gets released, then that will be my streak coming back, whether or not you two like it.
I mean, gosh, this album even has like the obscure video game reference you think I would like with Raving Rabbids.
Is it really obscure for Rayman Raving Rabbids? They got a Mario
Not
crossover.
really.
I mean,
Yeah,
okay, aside from those two games, I don't think a lot of people remember the Rabbids.
it's not obscure, but it doesn't
I feel
feel
like
recent.
Rayman would be a better call for that than the Raving Rabbids.
Maybe. But they're not doing really anything else with the Rabbids. Rayman
They're
just had
not
a
really doing much with Rayman. They
I mean,
just
he
did
had a
Origins
30th
and
anniversary release. At least.
yeah, that's true. But I feel like that's kind of obligatory for well, I'm trying to think of something that's getting nothing.
Well, I think my
Chibi
personal
Robo
take.
fans are crying and shitting themselves right now. I say this is a Chibi
We
Robo fan.
we're getting completely off topic here, and I'm going to move us back so that we can get onto albums. My personal take on this album is I do like it. I do think there are hit and miss moments on here. As I said, I didn't really particularly care too much for Raining Rabbits or Antiques Roadshow, but I do think that the moments that do hit on this album do make it worth the full listen. I can understand the uncomfortable nature that's kind of brought with it, but so isn't that kind of another reason to listen to an album?
Yeah, it
I
made
don't
me
know.
feel something, you know,
Mhm.
and I'm not saying it's all terrible. I think the production is nice. It's very clean. Maybe that's part of it for me. And like the
Yeah.
last three songs, I think are the best part of the album. Manus Del Mar to the end. Like, if you're gonna listen to any of it, listen to those three at least.
My favorites on here are Ants on the Walls, The Floor, The Desk, Warheads, and Ross Trevor. I'm just going to call it Ross Trevor. I don't know if that's how you're actually supposed to pronounce
Ross
it.
Drivel, I don't know.
Yeah. Um, I did like the closer as well. I do think if you are going to put a point on this album as an album, which is the best part, I do agree, Dominic. It would probably be the final three.
My least favorite's probably something like Billy Sings the Tune or Crows.
Um, I'll say favorite because the only one I can really remember is Warheads, and then I'll just say it's a blender for the rest of it.
All right. Well, let's talk about Imperial Savage Death March thing.
Imperial Savage Death March.
Yeah.
I've listened to a bunch of the Melvins, and I've listened to exactly this for Napalm Death. And holy shit, is this a bad place to start for either band? I am so sorry, guys.
Why are you sorry? This was fun.
This is weird and
It's
interesting.
weird.
If you're gonna ask me what's the most consistent album quality wise and a good quality wise, this week. It's this album.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
Like,
And let's just do the spoiler warning right now and just say that this had the fucking funniest ending of any
Oh,
album
it
we
did.
covered this year.
yes.
Any album ever, I think.
I mean, there's got to be something funnier, I have to imagine, but it's pretty up there.
Yeah, it's up there. Yeah, because it may not hit the second time, but I don't think any of us expected Jump to start playing.
No.
And not even
And then
like
them fuck up the last chord.
yeah, not even true
Yeah.
Jump. Like they're clearly just trying to do it.
Yeah.
And it's fucking funny.
Yeah.
Like there's a good amount of like haze and atmospheric stuff happening here. And there's some like really weird shit. Something like
And also,
awful handwriting is weird as shit.
I feel like this also goes to show that sometimes a cheese sandwich is better than an album that has good highs but low lows.
Yes.
Yeah. And
Because
also,
this
just what a wild crossover in my eyes.
Yeah, I mean, they're both bands that are like 30 or 40 years old.
yeah, Napalm Death's obviously kind of, I guess, in like grind and death. I don't know if they're like death metal. They're more kind of like grindcore, I feel. But in terms of that, they've always been considered kind of one of the big bands out of that. I think it was the famous picture of the goat at a Napalm Death show.
Yep.
Melvins as well have been around for a while. One of the kind of big experimental rock bands of
Yes.
80s, I think.
King Buzzo was friends with Kurt Cobain,
Yes.
and Kurt Cobain played guitars on a few tracks.
I think talked about liking the Melvins quite a bit.
Yeah.
I think I saw oh, it's like, was it from Melbourne? It was from Mr. Bungle. Was the one where I saw a side project. Because I saw Secret Chiefs 3. If someone just like went to me and said like, "Hey, I got a spare ticket. You want to see?" No, sorry, I got a +1 on the door spot actually. You want to see Secret Chiefs 3? And I saw, and they were kind of cool. And I thought that was a Melbourne's member, but it's a Mr. Bungle member. So apologies.
Well, the Melvins have done,
but they're kind of the same.
They've done other collaboration albums.
Yes.
They've done 2 with Jello Biafra.
Which that makes sense in my eyes.
Including one called Sig Howdy. Another one with Mike Kunka. One with Lustmord.
They've been around for 43 years. That's incredible.
Yeah.
And this was apparently first released in a limited edition last year in February. It was officially released this year, so I'm going to consider it a 2026 cycle still. But it was a vinyl only release back in 2025.
Interesting.
I consider 2026 cycle to be when it's given an actual proper release.
These days, proper release means online.
Yes.
It's unfortunately true. It just means when's the full wide release that it makes it available for anybody to actually pick up and listen. So that would mean if they put it on Bandcamp in 2025, which I don't think they would have, then yes, that would have been counted as official release.
Gotcha.
But yeah, this is surprising. This is, something that is like fucking off the wall weird. That's it's something to appreciate.
It kind of reminded me of Slift a little.
A little bit.
It had that kind of psychedelic sludge that Slift has.
Like, well, that's kind of Melvin's kind of pioneered that.
Yeah, fair enough. So Slift actually sounds like the Melvins, but
it doesn't feel like it comes from a band or two bands that are as old as these are.
Yeah. I kind of just put this on, and then by the time that it had finished, it was kind of like, shit, that was fast, and it was 38 minutes. It went pretty fast for me. I was just kind of vibing with the whole thing. It flows pretty well. I can't say that songs were particularly standing out from each other for me on the listens I gave it, but it was, what do I say? Consistent to a fault. Sometimes I say that. And I don't think it's really consistent to a fault. I feel like this is a genre where that doesn't really exist anyway. It was just a good listen start to finish. Sometimes that's enough for me to say, yeah, I like it.
It feels
it works as an album. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's much more musical ground being covered here than what Sting and Shaggy did.
Yes.
I mean, I could almost argue that you could probably just have this though as just one long song that just has moments after moments after moments, more than it is the kind of 8 songs that they've somehow separated it into.
Yeah, I can see that.
I mean, sure. I mean, you could say that for any album, really.
Yeah, I guess it could.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I fuck with this. It's like I said before. Sometimes a good cheese sandwich is better than an album where you can remember the highlights.
Yeah.
I would agree.
Although I will shout out Death Hour for the Van Halen.
Yeah.
I
Why not? Might as well jump. Jump.
I like Stealing Horses quite a bit.
I'm just
I
gonna shout
love the
out tossing
riff on
coins into the
Some Kind of
fountain of fuck.
Antichrist. Great title.
Yeah, that's basically yeah. So I'm just shouting it out, not for the song, but because the title just sounds so bullshit sludgy that I'm just kind of like, yeah. What does tossing coins into the fountain of fuck mean? Nothing. Does it sound funny? Yeah, not really, but it's stupid enough that I'm just like, yeah, fuck, why not? Didn't question it for a second.
I also do like
So
Some Kind of Antichrist because it sounds like a real song for a while, and then it just kind of goes into something else.
the opening riff to that, in immediate stank face, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like you know the face you make when you hear like a really killer riff, and then it's like the same face you make when you smell like 3-week-old chicken wings.
Sure.
Fuck yeah.
Very specific emotions, but
I think for me this one was a little bit more on the edge of like, do I like this? I don't know. For a minute there. I really had to like think this one through a little bit because it is actually kind of experimental in doing shit.
yeah,
Like there's every, reasonable expectation that this could have fallen on its face completely and been fucking stupid and weird. But instead it's
yeah,
really interesting and weird.
absolutely. Get weird with it.
Yeah. Gosh, they're literally coming up. Both of them had their first album released in 1987. Almost 40 years for both.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Napalm Death.
And
Happy
Melvins.
birthday, Melvins.
All right. Anyone have anything else to add to that?
Nah, great cheese sandwich.
No.
Sometimes that's all you need to know.
Yeah.
Damn good cheese sandwich.
Okay. And then there was Charlie Johnston's The Firetruck is Running Late, which, at the very least, has the cutest album cover of the bunch.
So I was saying the sometimes the cheese sandwich is better than an album that's has a high highlight, to refer to the Enthusiast in a way. But also to this Charlie Johnston one.
Yeah.
I like this more than the Post Office Winter. I think it kind of has those elements that Music Box had, but better utilizes them, and also kind of doesn't overdo it with the kind of concepts on here. It just tries to go with a couple that she can get working, but also it feels like there's just still low lights on here.
It's doing more and more interesting stuff than Wolves Abound. That's for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
And I can see why Harry would call it out in you for being beautiful. There are certainly some really nice passages. But we kind of get into. I hate being this way. It's like when Trix doesn't like an album because it's like white people whining about shit, or specifically like white dudes whining about shit.
I haven't had that one in a while, though.
Well, we are going to be covering Limp Bizkit next week, Trick, so get it already.
Unfortunately, I quite like Limp Bizkit.
But I feel like this
No,
is just...
no, Tricks. I'm gonna pick the bad Limp Bizkit one. You know the one where he got rejected by Britney Spears and started to make an album about it?
Oh, fuck.
I'm down to listen to it. Hell yeah, let's do it. But in the same way, like part of me is really it kind of just considers this. Oh, it's another acoustic guitar kind of album. Feminine voice and acoustic guitar. Not a
Which is a good
ukulele.
combination. Let's not try and say otherwise, but
It's not a ukulele.
it's not a ukulele.
Yeah.
And I think there are some interesting songs. Like I think Your Tree is a very interesting, especially structurally, very odd. But a lot of the songs, especially once we get past the first few, just kind of start melding together in ways that are just kind of like, what are we doing? Like
This is
there's
when you
interesting
leave.
titles.
I feel like this album is the equivalent of when you leave a bottle of melatonin gummies on your desk in the window, and they all melt into one giant blob.
Now, if you bought it, there was an extra song.
Yep.
I did not buy it.
Who's the dragon now?
And that's a little bit more of a rock track, which was interesting.
Okay.
But that only, adds so much. Like, again, it's Chicago. It's something I feel like I should like in a way. And we've listened to other bands that are kind of like I think of like OK Cool in certain ways.
Yeah.
Listening to this.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just feel like there should be more. Like it's definitely better than what's come before, and I like it more than Post Office Winter's album that we did. But
I feel like it's a case of like we've probably overhyped it a bit more for what it is, especially for the contemporaries around. So trying to just judge it by an album is a bit harder in that case. But I'm gonna do so. I do think there is moments on here which I do adore. I really like Parachute. I like that is a song that feels like they go for ideas and start to expand what to do with it, and it actually works out with the song. But then you probably get songs right after it like Your Tree, which I feel will just kind of like just drag on a bit.
it does it
Right after.
But at least Your Tree has like other parts that are weird, like that kind of disjointed piano track on there. That's something.
Yeah.
Like it feels unpolished in a way that's interesting, but I wish the rest of the album kept introducing elements like that kind of kept you intrigued throughout. Where I feel like after the first few tracks, it kind of settles in, just kind of stays there. Like, yes, there are a few tracks of more instrumentation, like Blue Moon Lullaby does kind of sound like a lullaby as you get into it. Yes. And the Meow Meow Express, very cute title, lovely title. Song, I don't know, but there's just not enough.
I just gotta agree. Yeah. I mean, as the album goes on, it just it becomes a bit unfortunately clear that it's done everything that it really can.
Yeah.
I don't like being negative because I actually really still love her vocal styles.
Yeah.
It's it's pretty always generic to say like, oh, it's a cute feminine sounding vocal style on an indie track, but it is. It is. She nails that aspect of it, and that's what the song's kind of vibes are going for, and it works fucking well. So I want to love Charlie a lot more than I actually do. I'm a bit disappointed in myself, to be honest, but at least with this one, with those highlights off it, I do appreciate.
Yeah.
Parachute, I can see being in my playlist this year.
Yeah, I'm gonna think about Your Tree quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I like Silo as well. Parachute's good too.
Yeah, I can't really like Your Tree that much. I don't know. It's not a song that I just don't.
I don't even know if I
vibe with it.
I don't know if I fully like it even as much as I just think it's interesting. In an album that to me kind of doesn't offer that much, I kind of find something that I think is like, oh, that's weird. That's odd. And I kind of stick with that because, it really feels like the first three tracks, like they're kind of building something because they're all about 3 minutes long. One's a little bit less. The others are a bit more. And then only one song after that even like goes to that length. Like it just gets significantly shorter after that. It's like, all right, well that's 10 tracks, I guess. Like it's almost like it feels like it's petering out.
Yeah. It's hard to disagree.
Yeah.
I really thought this was going to be like a controversial take this week. We
Nah.
seem to be in agreement in general of what these albums are.
Yeah, we kind of are.
Yeah.
We take the Dissonant out of Dissonant Waves.
Yes.
Well,
I think in the end we still have four albums which are at the very worst still good listens. Yeah, you can still get some enjoyability out of them.
they're still worth checking out.
Definitely.
But there's probably only one album, like as a full album, I've come out of this week loving.
Yes, yes, actually, you're right. But I will say again, I cannot get over how much I like the art style. I
love that too.
I just love the coloring of it, the bear and like the dog in the bathtub. Oh, it's very cute, very cute.
Yeah, it would go down as probably one of the best album arts of this cycle.
I relate to that bear very much.
Yeah.
Favorites for me, Silo and Parachute. Least favorite, probably something like Ear to the Shell.
I like Silo Parachute. I guess I like Your Tree. I feel like I should like My Life Before Electricity, but it just doesn't really do much by then. And I think my least favorite, just because I don't think it lived up to the title personally, is the Meow Meow Express.
Blender for me.
Also does kind of feel like a blender.
Alright, well, if I'm going to have to rank this week, it's going to be Post Office Winter at the bottom, it's going to be Charlie Johnston after that, then The Enthusiast, and Melvins number 1. I feel like we're all going to be in agreement from number 1 here.
I am putting Post Office at the bottom, then Enthusiast, then Charlie Johnston, then Melvins and Napalm Death at top.
I'm going when Post Office, Enthusiasts, Charlie Johnston, Melvins, Napalm Death. I did not expect to be winning this week because I literally picked it on a whim.
I literally thought I was going to be a man alone on this island.
It kind of just wins by default for me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say it's as default, though. I think that it's just a good album.
I think it fought in its own way, but
yes.
If you told me that this wins the week outright last week, I would not have believed you.
I wouldn't have either. I would have thought this would have gotten like a universal number 3. Not quite a 4, but like we're all like, oh, this is okay.
Like, oh, that's kind of cute. Yeah.
All right. So for next week, I'm going to ask this question, and we're going to answer with an honest on hit.
Okay.
If I do have a pick, otherwise that will still be there, regardless of the answer. But if you two really want to go and cash in on the joke here, we can do the worst Limp Bizkit album, which it's Limp Bizkit. They didn't really have a great album, but we can do the worst one. But this is your time to opt out if you want to opt out.
I'm not opting out. No. Do it.
Fuck it. Let's do it. Fuck it.
All right. Well, we will be doing Limp Bizkit's Results May Vary.
Oh,
but
yeah, that one.
Yeah, that's the one where a lot happens on that one. There's been train records on it as well, so it's not like we'll be the first people to cover it. But in order to just give a bit of I guess classic Ritz picks on here, I will pick a an Oz emo 2026 cycle while we're here as well. So I'm picking Mellowing Some Things Can't Be Unsaid.
Okay. I'll go next. I'm giving you guys a little bit of homework.
Okay.
We're already doing Limp Bizkit. What other torture are we doing?
Well, this should hopefully be fun because earlier in the year we covered a band that I just wanted you guys to get kind of familiarize their faces. Because we're going to be doing the second Angine de Poitrine album, Volume 2.
Right.
I'm going to make it mandatory to watch their just a little bit of their KEXP. You don't have to watch the whole thing, but you have to like watch a couple songs. And I also have an interview that I want you to watch the whole thing. It's like 15 minutes long. It's not bad.
Yeah. That's
And then I also have an album from when they were in their human costumes.
Okay, so they were something else.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's it. It's
Oh.
all linked.
Thing here.
It is La Poissée, the album we are covering. It is a hardcore duo.
All right. I was thinking about what to pick this week, and one of those weeks where I had an idea, and I looked at my choices. Like, you know what? We're gonna do this one. And there was a compilation put out last year that has a lot of our friends in it.
Okay.
And it's a tribute to a woman named Ruby Jules who died, who was a part of the scene. She was a audio engineer person, some mixing and mastering for some of the people in the scene. And from that, a lot of people came together and put out a tribute album called The Loudest and Brightest Thing. And Weather Day contributes a track. Hey, I Love You, Carter C, Ginger Bee, Stomach Book, Paranol. All the stars are here.
Amanita Supernova, who I've been meaning to listen to for the past 3 years.
Drug
Hell
Bug.
yeah.
So, a little long. It's an hour and 22. But this is what I felt like listening
I think
to.
all of our picks are about the same length this week.
Yeah, well, mine was going to be short until we all decided that, yes, we will do Results May Vary by Limp Bizkit, which, the more that you look into this, the more I'm just going, why the fuck did I pick? You know what is always so funny to remember about Results May Vary? And yeah, we'll talk about it next week as well. But Behind Blue Eyes, the cover was an actual fucking hit.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's so bad. It's so bad. We're going to have fun.
We're going to
Yeah, we
be
are.
reveling in how terrible Limp Bizkit is and mourning trans women in our community who deserve better.
It's just one of those days.
I'm just breaking into Fred Durst.
Honk if you love Fred Durst, beep beep.
It'll be quite a week. That'll be it for Dissonant Waves. Oh gosh, her name on TikTok was Steely Trans, a legend.
Fantastic.
Oh, fantastic.
My name is Dominic.
I miss her already.
Yeah.
You can catch me editing this show and doing all the YouTube stuff. I should probably do more with the show, really, but I already do a lot. I'm also on Blue Sky, DACICHOCKI.bsky.social.
I have been Trix, and you can catch me if you can. I'm the Gingerbread Man.
I have been Riddlin. You can catch me stalking Britney Spears and then making an album about it.
2003 called They Want Their Joke Back.
Oh. No. Fred Durst says that it's not just about Britney Spears. It's about another girl that broke his heart. You know what? There's nothing that he says in any of these interviews I'm seeing that doesn't make him seem like anything but a bit of a creep. I still think the craziest part about this is Rick Rubin was one of the producers.
So when is Red just going to cut his hair and get into a celebrity scandal on his end? It's only fair.
There's going to be a lot to talk about. I don't want to ruin kind of the whole thing before we record. But
I am already Googling it.
Yeah, there was a huge period of what happened with Limp Bizkit around this time. It's going to be fun.
Metacritic score of 33.
Yep.
It's the third lowest score on Metacritic, which again does not really mean anything because music scoring is fucked.
Yeah.
But that'll be it. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.